Hello and welcome once again to fairbutfirm.com. Joe Cortez here, former referee from Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, this past weekend, Friday night fights, we had a great 2 championship fights to wrap up the year for ESPN Friday night fights. Ares Usmani versus Arganes Mendez. Arganes Mendez, champion for the Dominican Republic, and this fight was for the junior lightweight IBF championship fight. It was a great 12-round fight, and it ended up in a draw, but Usmani from Afghanistan, by way of Canada, showed that he had the making of a champion. He showed that he really, he came to entertain the fans. He came to show that he is somebody to reckon with. I mean, I've seen this fighter fight on numerous occasions on the Friday night fights, but this past Friday night, he really raised the bar and almost took the title from Mendez. And it was a draw, but it was a fight that people say, wow, what a fight. Well, that was a fight that ended up in a draw, so Mendez retained his title. That was his first defense. And then on the undercard, another championship fight, and it was for the featherweight WBA championship. That was a vacant title, and these two fighters, once again, these two fighters raised the bar, and we're talking about Jesus Andres Cuellar from Argentina versus Claudio Marrero from the Dominican Republic. And this fight, again, was a war, toe-to-toe. And these guys could have fought in a telephone booth. That's the kind of fight it was. Really entertaining. And Cuellar won a unanimous decision on all 3 scorecards, but it was a fight that left a lot of people thinking, well, you know, it could have gone either way because it was that kind of a fight. And it showed that that boxing is again back on top, because I've been telling you fans out there, some of you fans or some of the folks out there say boxing is on its way down. Stop and look at these fights. Stop and look at the previous fights in the last couple of months and the last year or so. Nothing but the best. We have nothing but the cream of the crop when it comes to boxing in the last year and a half. So I think boxing is really back on top again. Now, Saturday night, talking about boxing being on top. Wow. We had none other than Jhonny Gonzales, former champion, bantamweight champion, won and lost his title numerous occasions, and he shocked the world Saturday night by knocking out the heavily favored Abner Mares. Abner Mares was considered to be one of the top 5 boxers in the world today. But it goes to show that when you have a punch, you have the puncher's chance. And Jhonny Gonzales showed that he has that punch. One thing, you may lose your reflexes, you may lose your time or whatever, but that power, you never lose it. And he nailed Abner Mares with a left hook, dropped him. Mares gets up, and again, dropped him again. And that was it. Curtains for Abner Mares. Now, one thing Abner Mares has to won for himself, he's still a young fighter. He was undefeated up until that night. And so he has a chance to come back. One thing he'll learn from this fight is that he'll got to go back to the drawing board and learn that don't take anybody for granted. You know, he was a fighter that never got hurt in the amateur level. He never got hurt in the pros. But this night, boom, that one punch put him down, and we'll see him back, I'm sure, back again. They'll go back to the drawing boards and say, well, what mistake did we make? Were we prepared for it? Did we warm up enough in the dressing room? He got caught cold in the first round. Maybe he warmed up enough. But that left hand got dropped just a little bit. Maybe got to learn to keep those punches up just a little bit higher, because especially when you fight a fighter who has powers in both hands, and Jhonny Gonzales proved to the world that yes, he is a puncher and can really take you out, and he did. So Abner Mares, keep your guards up at all time and come back. I'm sure you'll be great again. It's only a little hump along the way, but he'll make it in the near future. Now we had another great fighter who's Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz looked good, very, very good with a TKO, 3-round TKO over Victor Terrazas. And that was a short fight as well, but you know, Leo Santa Cruz, good boxer, great puncher. He showed the world that he's somebody to reckon with. Now, Leo Santa Cruz has been around for a short period, not a couple of years, but you know, his name is getting out there, and he's really making some noise out there about his career, his punching power, somebody to reckon with. So again, you know, we have great boxers out there, young guys coming up the ranks, and as you can see, they're just raising the bar and showing the world that boxing is definitely back on track. And you know, Mike Tyson, who's now a promoter in boxing, on the Friday night fights, you know, he promoted his first card, so that was great for Mike Tyson. And here you got September 14th, you have Floyd Mayweather fighting Canelo Alvarez. It's a great fight. And then you have Timothy Bradley fighting Manny Marquez. And then you have Pacquiao fighting Brandon Rios in Macau, China. So, you know, the boxing game is stirring up a lot of noise out there for you boxing fans. And for those who think that boxing is dead, guys, you better wake up. Boxing is back on the rise. Okay? So, with that said, guys, there's nothing else for me to say other than I'll see you next week. Take care.